82 yards.
That's what I'm talking about. If that doesn't pump you up, I don't know what does.
Today on Foxpro's Fast and Furious.
There's a ton of coyotes here.
We chase Alberta fur. Foxpro's Abner Druckenmiller pursues Canadian coyotes. But this Alberta predator hunt will be anything but routine.
Hill over there, see him?
And it won't go off without the unexpected.
We can't film in this stuff.
So I'm trying to think what coyote's going through right now.
That's what I'm talking about. Fur down, baby. Welcome to another edition of Foxpro's Fast and Furious. I'm Abner Druckenmiller, and we're visiting Corey Jarvis from Three Rivers Adventures. Ever wonder what it's like to hunt coyotes in Alberta, Canada? You're about to find out. Out on Alberta's endless western prairie, cattle outnumber people and big bucks have plenty of room to run. This is wide open country, and near the top of the wild food chain, a predator.
Yeah, we have a real healthy coyote population in southern Alberta, and in fact all over Alberta. Certain times of the year they can be a real problem. Every landowner we talk to has lost calves from coyotes in this area.
Exactly why local Corey Jarvis is in business. Corey runs Three Rivers Adventures, a big game and waterfowl guide service. But his newest niche is quickly catching on: predator hunting. Fast and furious today. Corey and I are headed to hit the first stand of the day. The reason why I came up here is because Alberta just recently passed the law to be able to use electronic game calls for coyotes, and it just opened up a huge opportunity for us to come up here. There's a ton of coyotes here. When I thought of Alberta, the first thing I thought of is really thick-furred white coyotes.
Light-colored fur, most of them.
Big coyotes.
Some upwards of 40 plus.
They're gorgeous.
Coyote's one of the more challenging animals we have to hunt. They're a lot of fun to hunt. Of course, we like to try and call them in, see if we can beat them at their game, but man, all their senses are on alert all the time. So they've got their hearing, their sight, and of course their smell, and so you got to be able to beat all those senses to get the coyotes.
Corey and I start with a slow walk to a 1,000-acre hayfield.
We're going to set up right here at these two hay bales. Yeah, we're just going to set up where we can see a little more and call out through these bales. So these bales will give us a little backdrop. So let's get it. We got to be able to call something out of here.
We hunker down around hay bales and get to work. I use the Foxpro Fury. It's one of the newer digital game calls out from Foxpro right now. Electronic calls, you get a lot more volume. You have a variety of different sounds. So you got rabbit sounds, bird sounds, coyote vocalizations. You don't have to feel like you have to be a professional on hand calls a lot of times. What's Fast and Furious? Fast and Furious is non-stop predator hunting action with coyotes blazing the call, coming in at 100 miles per hour and just blazing right by the call. That's fast and that's furious. After calling 15 minutes, we get a bite. How far is that, Corey? A male coyote out about 600 yards, just below the old homestead. We started calling, and these coyotes, they winded us, one winded us, and they started barking. And basically, when you hear them start howling and barking like that, the game's over. They've pinpointed you. Something was wrong on your set.
Put the pup distress back on.
And we started calling. Two other coyotes came in from the left side, on our upwind side. And all of a sudden, Corey just started smooching, saying, one right here, right here, right here. That was awesome to get that first one under your belt. It always is when you're first standing in a hunt like this in Alberta. The second male holds up, out about 400 yards. Out there howling. It was actually quite a poke.
I should hold about, even drop about 10 inches. Got him.
got a little lucky, I guess, and hit him about 390 yards. So we got a double on that stand. It was really cool. Oh yeah, that's a pretty coyote there too.
Another pretty
Goodness.
This one's a male.
Big male.
Pretty dog.
Fairly young male, but it's big, you know.
Up next, this predator hunt takes a fast and furious turn.
A little snowy, it's hitting my eyes, I can't even see.
You're watching Foxpro's Fast and Furious.
We have teamed up with Canadian hunting guide Corey Jarvis for a fall coyote hunt on the beautiful Alberta prairie.
We're right down here in the southwest corner of the province. We're not far from the Montana-US border, and just west of us here we get right up into the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. We've been running an outfitting guide service here in southern Alberta for about 12 or 13 years now, and do a lot of mule deer and whitetail archery and rifle hunts. We do some waterfowl and upland game bird hunts, and of course coyote hunting.
Day one, right here, right here, right here. We had plenty of action. But today promises to be a different story. A very different story. I'll tell you what, we went to bed after the first night. We woke up the next morning, and to our surprise, we had snow laying everywhere. A fall storm has caught everyone around here off guard, including us. Today we wrestle heavy wind-blown snow.
We got it. Good. It's heavy. We're just making our way into the first set here, and we already see a coyote out here on this pond behind us. See if we can call him in. I don't think he's seen us yet, so.
We got a lot of snow. We got the wind pretty much in our face. We're gonna make the best of it here. Hopefully we can get him to come right down this fence right here. We set up on a fence line to see if these coyotes could hear the Foxpro through the heavy snow and wind. A lot of snow, so it's gonna be tough to see. This coyote's standing out here about 400 yards, maybe 500 yards from us. We're gonna see if we can't call him in. I can't even see. We can't film in this stuff. Let's just say, hunt number one doesn't go so well. Glassing for coyotes. Trying to figure out where we want to go set up next. These coyotes are really moving this morning, but we've only been able to do one stand. Tell you what we are going to do is we're going to keep trying.
Yeah, we've covered a fair bit this morning. We're about ready to hit her again. Just looking for some good spots where we can go. Here, I'm just checking the map.
I don't care if you're in the best coyote country in the world, you're gonna have a day you don't get much to respond to the call. And that's why they call it hunting, not killing. There's four. I have four shells in this gun, all unloaded. None of them have hit the primer. Well, it's do or die. Last stand for the second hunt, the second day of our hunt in Alberta. We haven't caught in a single coyote yet today. Hopefully we can change that right here. Okay, so we finally set up on an area that looks very promising. Finally, something to get my heart pounding. All right, here we go. This coyote holds up at 900 yards and won't come any closer. Ouch.
We just didn't have much luck on the coyotes coming in on the second day.
It wasn't for lack of effort, because we called all day long. I don't know how many sets we did, probably 10 to 12 sets. So, and we didn't call a single coyote in. It was rough.
I don't know what happened. I mean, just one of those tough days. It just didn't work out.
That's coyote hunting now.
Coming up, this storm blows through and the coyotes respond.
Right here, to my left, come right in.
You're watching Foxpro's Fast and Furious. You're watching Foxpro's Fast and Furious.
Here's a great tip when calling predators on your next stand. The Foxpro Fury and TX500 remote has a great new feature called Fox Fade. What that gives me is independent control of the left and right channel of a stereo audio file. All I'm going to do is select a coyote and rabbit sound, highlight the sound on my remote and press down, and increase my volume to my desired level. If you notice, you'll hear the rabbit sound coming out of the front and the coyote sound coming out of the rear. If I press the Fox Fade button and move the fader to the right or front and press down, it'll terminate the coyote sound and keep the rabbit sound playing. If I move the fader to the rear or left and press down, it'll terminate the rabbit sound and keep the coyote sound playing. If I move the fader to the middle and press down, both sounds will begin to play. Having control of two sounds at the same time with Fox Fade can add more realism to your stand and make you an even more successful predator hunter.
Maybe we should go work them.
Those who know hunting know not all always goes well. Corey Jarvis and I wrestled some nasty weather conditions the second day of our Alberta coyote hunt. I thought, man, well, these coyotes are gonna be crazy today. They're gonna be charging the call today. Well, we didn't call in a single coyote all day the second day. And that's very uncharacteristic up here as far as calling coyotes in Alberta. But a new day means yet another new challenge. You know, it's hunting is just like anywhere else I go and hunt. Texas or, you know, back home in the east, it's still hunting. You know, we can have bad days, you can have great days.
I'll just set this on this fence up here behind us.
Got a coyote up here on top of that bale.
As I looked at, it's not, but it might be.
We set up on what looks to be a very promising afternoon stand.
Over there.
Suddenly, movement right behind me.
Right here, to my left, come right in.
You see it? Right in front of me. You will? Huh? Want me to take them? I missed that one. You had to get me saying that, didn't you? Son of a gun. Actually, it was a bad set. That thing come around, we were watching a coyote behind us. He come in front of us here. I missed him. Dang it. I have no idea how I missed that thing.
About 117 yards.
I'd smoke one at 380 and didn't even hit 117.
There's another one. Same one? Stop him.
No, that's a different coyote.
There he is. Right there. You can shoot him. 212 yards.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
Miss.
This is ridiculous. On two long shots, I really missed my mark. That was the worst stand we did all day. That was terrible. I sucked.
You almost got him over there.
As the day slowly gives way to a cold Canadian night, we set up on one last stand. Almost immediately, action. That's what I'm talking about right there. Smoked that one. That is just gorgeous, man. That is a big male. Look at the black going all the way down, starting the back of his ears.
Way to end the day, man.
Thank you, Corey. That was awesome.
Still to come, Abner takes aim on his final day in Alberta.
I got this one. You want him?
You're watching Foxpro's Fast and Furious.
The grizzly apparently doesn't like that call. You don't see them very often, but they're around, like they're just eating out of the berry bushes right before they get ready to den here.
On the final morning, we have one last chance to find coyotes. The very first stand of the morning, we saw coyotes running out probably 700-800 yards away, and we set up. There was a hill we were sitting up on, and to the left, Corey was to my left with the shotgun, and we started calling.
He's coming. Look at those dark bushes over there.
And all of a sudden, Corey just started smooching, saying, one right here, right here, right here.
82 yards.
That's what I'm talking about. If that doesn't pump you up, I don't know what does. Coyote hunting and calling predators is absolutely the blast when you're out here. And there's so many coyotes up here in Alberta. I'll tell you what, Corey, you were the man on the yardage right there. You're like, I'll tell you the yardage. I wasn't used to that. For being late October, has a real good hide on there.
We have some pretty big coyotes, really well furred, light colored fur, most of them. And our coyotes do really well on the fur market. So it's worth going out and spending a little bit of time and trying to bring in a few more coyotes.
And to think only a year ago, this wouldn't have been possible.
For several years now, we've been pursuing the game department to change the regulations and allow the use of electronic calls, allow a little more opportunity and so on. And we finally got it passed. This is the first year it's been legalized and in the regulations. And so this was a great opportunity to try the Foxpro call and see how amazing it is at all the different sounds and varieties, and how it's helped our ability to bring some coyotes in a little closer that we might not have had that opportunity before. This would be Montana and Glacier Park right down here. And we can cover all of this ground in here.
Corey and I set up near a pasture along a fence line. Something catches everyone's attention. Get down, get down, get down. Got it right there. There's another close one. A perfect chance for a double. If only I could hit my mark. Whew, I'll tell you what happened there. We snuck in here, set the call out on top of this fence pit about right in front of us. We had a good wind. And I kept watching this right side, but we saw about 5 coyotes out in this field out here, this cut field out in front of us, but they didn't look like they were coming in.
Good shot.
Thanks, man. I love to call in animals. I mean, it doesn't matter what I'm hunting, whether I'm hunting turkeys, ducks, and geese, hunting fox back home in Pennsylvania, or coyotes here in Alberta. Yeah, that's a big old coyote. I just love to see animals respond to the call and feel like I enticed them close enough to take the shot. Pretty fur. Oh man, I'm telling you what, those mountains, it's the Alberta Rockies, I guess, but I'm telling you what, there's a storm moving in over there. That's just the beauty of Alberta. This is my first time here, and growing up as a kid, you know, I don't ever expected to be up here in Alberta hunting coyotes, but that is absolutely awesome. I hope you've enjoyed our coyote hunt in Alberta, Canada. I know I sure did. I'd like to thank Corey Jarvis from Three Rivers Adventures for a great experience. Join us again next time for some action-packed predator hunting on Foxpro's Fast and Furious. I'm Abner Druckenmiller, and until then, God bless and keep calling.